been a baseball fan for as long as I can remember. Growing up in Michigan, I can recall my parents taking me to a couple Detroit Tiger games in the early to mid-70s. Years later, my wife and I started writing up a bucket list of things we wanted to see during our travels. I half-jokingly suggested that we hit all 30 Major League ballparks, and my wife quickly said yes, so the journey began. It's been a few years since we've hit a baseball stadium, so this year we visited Boston's historic Fenway Park, and we'd like to share our 22nd ballpark with you. We're hoping to encourage you to get off the couch and experience it yourself. My earliest memory of Fenway Park and the Green Monster was a Monday afternoon game on TV on October 2nd, 1978. It was a one-game playoff between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, with the winner clinching the American League East Championship. Bucky Dent hit a fly ball that just cleared the 37-foot left field fence for a 3-run homer to give the Yankees a 3-2 lead, which would propel the Yankees to a 5-4 victory and the division championship. I've been fascinated with Fenway Park ever since. This historic baseball stadium opened on April 20, 1912, and is 2 years older than Chicago's Wrigley Field. The next oldest stadium currently in use, Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, wouldn't be built for another 50 years. The very first game played at Fenway was a victory for the Red Sox in front of 27,000 fans. They won 7-6 in extra innings versus the New York Highlanders, who would be renamed the Yankees in 1913. All games were played during the day, as lights wouldn't be added to Fenway until 1947. The Boston Red Sox have won 9 World Series championships, the first in 1903 playing at Huntington Avenue grounds, and then in 1912, 15, 16, 18, 2004, 7, 13, and finally in 2018.
World Series championships I've already talked about, 19, 15, 16, and 18. Those three are usually combined together because they were won with the help of a great player. He was a 19-year-old left-handed pitcher down in Baltimore, but due to World War I, he had to become an everyday hitter. And once he became an everyday hitter, the team realized that he was a great player as well. Went by many different nicknames, probably the most famous baseball player of all time, George Herman Ruth, otherwise known as the Babe. Babe Ruth helped us win those 3 championships in 1915, 16, and 18. And to give you guys an idea of how great Babe Ruth is when he played for the Red Sox, in one season, the Red Sox, as a team, hit a combined total of 33 home runs. That doesn't seem like much by today's standards. There are players getting over 40 just by themselves. But 33 home runs for one franchise back then in the dead ball era of baseball was a lot. And out of those 33 home runs, Babe Ruth was responsible for 29 of them. The rest of the team only hit a combined 4 that whole season. He was far and beyond the best player in baseball at the time. The fans loved him. He was bringing championships home back to Boston. There's only one problem though. There was one man in the city of Boston who was not a fan of Babe Ruth at all. And that man, unfortunately, was our owner at the time, Harry Frazee.
One of the most famous Red Sox of all time was Babe Ruth. He was a member of the pitching staff as well as an occasional hitter and played on 3 Boston World Series teams. Then in December 1919, the baseball world witnessed one of the worst trades of all time when Boston sold Ruth to the New York Yankees for a then unbelievable $100,000. The Yankees would go on to win 4 championships with Ruth as a power-hitting outfielder. Boston would go into an 84 season slump. The championship drought famously became known as the Curse of the Bambino. In those 84 seasons, they would appear in the World Series 4 times, 1946, 67, 75, and 86, losing each series in the 7th game. The Boston Red Sox have had many great players over the years, with 10 having had their jersey numbers retired. Ted Williams, number 9, Joe Cronin, number 4, Bobby Doerr, number 1, Carl Yastrzemski, number 8, Carlton Fisk, number 27, Johnny Pesky, number 6, Jim Rice, number 14, Pedro Martinez, number 45, Wade Boggs, number 26, and David Ortiz, or Big Papi, number 34. This ballpark is full of lovable and historic quirks. The most notable is the 37-foot left field wall, lovingly called the Green Monster. Back in the day, the owner was bothered by fans getting a free view beyond the left field wall. Lansdowne Street had a few tall buildings which, in the owner's mind, would enable fans to catch a game from their window or rooftop. So he had an idea. Build a 25-foot high wooden fence stretching all the way from beyond the left field foul pole to the center field flagpole, ensuring that the only people who would be able to watch the Red Sox baseball were those who had paid for a ticket. But it wasn't until 1933, when a fire destroyed much of the park, that the wall, still known as just the wall to locals, would begin to resemble the Green Monster we know and love today. It was rebuilt in 1934 with a concrete base and had a hand-operated scoreboard, both of which are still in use today. Then, 13 years later, painted green to match the rest of the ballpark, hence the nickname. The 1930s also brought another bit of Green Monster lore. A 23-foot tall net above and beyond the top of the wall, installed in 1936 in order to keep home run balls from damaging cars on the lot across the street. Team employees would climb the metal ladder fixed to the Green Monster in order to retrieve the baseballs hit over the wall and into the net. The nets came down in 2003 when owner John Henry swapped them out for 269 seats, showcasing one of the coolest views in sports. Seats atop the Green Monster sell at market price, which was $400 each the day we were there. And as for the ladder, it's still there on the wall and remains very much in play, sometimes causing havoc as balls careen off at odd angles. The Green Monster has become such a part of Fenway Park history that the Red Sox patented the color. You too can paint your room Green Monster green, buying a gallon produced by Benjamin Moore. I mentioned that the wall contains a hand-operated scoreboard. The American League scores are replaced from behind the wall by removing numbers and replacing with updated information. However, due to the way the wall is constructed, the National League scores need to be replaced from the field side of the scoreboard. If you watch the little door in the wall, you'll see the scoreboard operator run out between innings with a stack of numbers in his arms to quickly change the scores and dart back behind the wall before the play resumes. Another charming feature to Fenway is Pesky's pole on the right field foul line, which is a ridiculously short 302 feet from home plate. Supposedly, it was moved from the previous distance of 325 feet prior to the 1940 season to help Ted Williams hit more home runs. The pole gets its nickname from power-challenged Johnny Pesky, who only hit 6 home runs in Fenway Park despite a 10-year playing career. He benefited from a fly ball that would hit the pole to be ruled a home run. The left field foul pole atop the Green Monster has also been nicknamed for a famous player, dubbed the Fisk foul pole in honor of Carlton Fisk. He provided one of baseball's most enduring moments in Game 6 of the 1975 World Series against the Reds. In the 12th inning of the game, Fisk hit a long fly ball down the left field line. It appeared to be heading foul, but Fisk famously jumped and waved his arms to the right as if to somehow direct the ball fair. It ricocheted off the foul pole, winning the game for the Red Sox and sending the series to a 7th and deciding game. Unfortunately for the Red Sox, Cincinnati won the last game. Another favorite feature of Fenway is the famous Citgo sign, which appears in the outfield skyline. This sign has been a Boston landmark since 1940, with the newer logo appearing in 1965. It is visible from great distances on both sides of the Charles River, especially as one approaches the city from the west. In the mid-70s, it was debated whether the sign was an eyesore and should be removed. In 1983, Citgo attempted to disable the weather-beaten sign and was surprised to be met with a widespread public affection for the sign and protest against its removal. One letter to the Boston Globe stated, "It's Boston's North Star." The sign is displayed on millions of TV sets when baseball sluggers hit a home run over the left field wall. Fenway has numerous other unique features, including a towering press box, strange outfield wall angles called the triangle, a right field wall that has the surprising low height of 3 feet, as well as a 7,000 square foot rooftop garden above Gate A that supplies over 6,000 pounds of organic produce to visitors each season. Finally, if you look close at the stadium when empty, you'll notice a single red seat and a sea of green in right center field. The seat is not the best one in the ballpark, but it is one that is in high demand. That's because it commemorates Ted Williams' mammoth home run on June 9, 1946, and was the longest home run ever hit at Fenway. Fenway Park tours are available daily, year-round, during rain, snow, and sunshine. Online tour tickets are available for purchase up to 30 days prior to each date. What are your favorite memories of Fenway Park? Is there something that we should see the next time we visit? Leave your comments below. If you'd like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of our videos, hit that subscribe button.